Raised by Narcissists. Story 1. That time my sister took me camping by hiking sisters. I grew up in a household with a narc dad and a borderline mom who often left us for long periods of time to do God knows what. When I was 12, I learned that I had a half-sister who was 17 and living in another town a few hours away. She had problems in her house too, although mainly economical problems, not actual neglect caused by ill will. We wrote letters to each other, and in one letter I shared with her my fear of the long summer holiday. Being stuck in the house without even school to escape to was hell. She made a promise to come and save me if it got too bad. Just let me know and I'll find a way to help, she wrote. A few days after I had posted my letter where I told her about how my mother had stopped providing meals and my dad was emotionally and sometimes physically abusive, she showed up on our doorstep. She told my dad that I was going to spend the summer holiday with her family, and since my dad hated kids, myself included, he happily agreed, no questions asked. We took the night train north. I was so excited. She didn't take me home with her, she took me camping. We spent the entire summer hiking amazingly beautiful trails, usually tenting but sometimes renting a small cabin for the night. It was the happiest summer of my life. I suddenly had a sister who cared and enjoyed spending time with me. She could fish and trap birds, and cooked and showed me how to read maps and the names of all the constellations in the night sky. When the summer ended, I was transformed. I wasn't shy or confidence deprived anymore. I was a strong and resilient kid with an entirely new outlook on things. I reported my parents for lacking parenting skills, and I was placed with a foster family. Neither of them made a fuss to keep me, so it was easily done. I often think about that summer. That changed my life so profoundly. I don't know if it was that I gained a sister, or that she showed me that I can survive and thrive, even on the roughest and unmarked trails. It wasn't until years later that I learned the real story behind that summer. At the time when she made me that promise, my sister lived with her family in a tiny apartment, with no place for yet another person or another mouth to feed. In fact, she had been told to get out herself as soon as possible, to make room for her siblings, and she was now awaiting the day when she could move into her student apartment. I was amazed to hear that not only was our wonderful summer an emergency solution, her way to keep her promise and also give me an unforgettable summer, but she did it so well that I never once realized that we were there because we had nowhere else to go. Today I turned 30. My sister is still my best friend, and this summer we plan to hit the trails again. Story 2. What If I Told You? By Jeopardy theme song. To my parents. What if I told you that my boyfriend grabbed me by the back of the neck because I didn't see a setting on the laundry machine? That my boyfriend socked me in the leg while I was driving? But it's okay, he said he was sorry. That he grabbed me under the chin or bent my little finger in backwards to get my attention? That he told me to cry about it to my therapist because he was just an angry young man? What if I told you that my boyfriend says you're never home anymore? You don't think you're part of the family when I spend the day at school and work? That my boyfriend doesn't like how I dress? That my boyfriend told me it wouldn't kill you to be more feminine? That my boyfriend called me frumpy and asked if I was gay more than once? What if I told you that I felt like my boyfriend didn't love me for who I was, and I cried at night wondering why he treats me this way? Now replace boyfriend with mom or dad and read it again. If you would call this abuse if my boyfriend did it, why can't you admit it was abuse when you did it? Story 3. Cops knocked down my dorm door because narcissist mom lied to get me back. By Sam I Am Green, Eggs in Ham. I attended college in Arizona. Narcissist mom and a strange stepdad live in Maine. I've gone very little contact with them over the 3 years I've been in school. The summers, I've managed to get a job or internship to keep me out here. 4 months ago, Narcissist mom sent me an email telling me I was coming to Thanksgiving. She wanted the family together and had a photographer coming to take photos. So we could fake being a happy family for a few hours. I told her I would not be coming because of my job on campus. She then called the school, who told her that A. I'm over 18, therefore they can't tell her anything. B. When she threatened to pull me out, the awesome lady at the registers told her, "Good luck, he's on a full scholarship and pays for everything himself." When she realized she couldn't lie to the school, she had a strange stepdad call me to beg me to come. This guy stood by since I was 12 and watched my mom beat me, degrade me, lie about me, and did nothing. Fuck him. I ignore his calls. She then called my bio dad, who laughed at her and hung up. We have our issues, but he's genuinely a good guy who's dealt with mental health issues his entire life. So Thanksgiving I woke up. School was closed that day, so I didn't actually have to work. Went to the gym, enjoyed a leisurely breakfast at my favorite cafe. I came home and was getting ready to throw laundry in the washer and make myself chicken and noodles in my crock pot when my door was pretty much knocked down. Campus cops and outside cops. Guess whose mom called and said her son told his 13-year-old sister, "I don't talk to my siblings because they're easily swayed by narcissist mom," that he was going to bomb the school. Yeah, so after a trip to the campus police building, then searching my room and car and finding nothing, my RA and 2 floor mates defending me and showing me emails of my mom threatening me, I'd be sorry for not coming to Thanksgiving, they apologized. I was allowed to go back to my dorm and the RA and I managed to put the door back on. Then my grandma calls. Guess who was arrested for making a false police report? If you guessed my narcissist mom, you'd be right.